next time I'll play some.
Hey, Miss Jose Romano.
Very good, Mom.
Huh?
I like that. That's how you ought to start it off.
Listen. She still, Melissa still has her two.
Well, no, just start telling me like about your mom and dad.
Taking pictures now?
Huh?
You taking a picture?
Don't
now?
worry about the camera.
Oh.
I just want you to tell me about your mom and dad.
Oh, I had the greatest mom and dad.
Well, I mean,
I
what?
think, well, everybody thinks their mom and dad is the best, but
Well,
God
what were their names?
my dad's name was Robert Emmett Crais. C-R-A-I-S. Crais.
A-I-S.
Don't put the S on it. It's Crais, like the
Crais.
French people.
Okay.
And my mother's name was Mayerhafer. And my mother and daddy, I don't know how they met, but
Did people both from New Orleans?
yes, both of them from New Orleans. But I had no idea how my mother and father met. That's what bothers me. I didn't get a chance to ask that. They're both from New Orleans. And my dad got married, which I still have, I told you I have the picture of when after my marriage. And then they had my older sister, Auntie Vina, Aunt Moo, then me, then Uncle Bob and Uncle Stanley.
Okay.
Auntie's 2 years older than Aunt Moo. Aunt Moo's 2 years older than me. And I'm not quite 4 years older than Uncle Bob. And I'm not quite 6 years older than Uncle Stanley. In the middle.
Well, where did you live when you were born?
What's that?
Where did you live when?
I lived on 1220 St. Anthony, 1220 and 1222 St. Anthony Street.
You lived there
And
like?
then we lived there from my grammar school.
Your parents lived there before you were born?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know
Okay.
where. I know my mother lived in Baton Rouge for a while.
Okay.
When she first got married, I think. She lived in Baton Rouge. But she didn't want to be away from her mother.
Didn't you live in Waveland too?
Huh?
Didn't they live in Waveland too?
As a child, my mother lived in Waveland. So really, I don't know where as a
Okay.
child. But my mother lived, I think, on Church Street in Baton Rouge on my dad. When they first got married.
Okay.
Then we moved to McShane Place.
McShane Place.
That was 1826 McShane. That was across from the grammar school on St. Claude.
Okay. And the grammar school you went to was McDonough?
McDonough 16.
McDonough 16.
I was one of the first classes to go to junior high school. And that, I went to Edward Douglas White. That was on Esplanade and I forgot.
Okay.
Esplanade, somewhere around in there. And then after that, I went to John McDonough High.
Okay. Well, tell me about the house that you lived in when you were a little girl.
House?
Yeah.
Oh, the first house that I can remember was 1220 St. Anthony.
St. Anthony?
I'm sure my mother lived somewhere before that. I don't know where, but that's the only one I really remember. And we lived in the same block with my grandma Raffle, which was my mother's mother and father.
Mm-hmm.
And my Uncle Willie and my Uncle Vincent and my Grandpa Raffle. My Grandpa Raffle was a farmer.
What was the house like?
I had a very nice house. It was a straight house, what you call a
Shotgun?
house.
Yeah.
But it was very nice. It furnished nice. My mother had nice furniture.
Mm-hmm.
She had, like I told you, a bed, had a high back with a teaster that came over it,
Mm-hmm.
with lace with reindeer in it. It was beautiful. Very pretty. She had a nice dining room set.
And y'all had a telephone?
At that time, no, I didn't.
No,
have
not
a
at first?
telephone.
Okay.
Not at that time. The time that we got a telephone was when my grandpa my grandpa Rafa took sick. I guess I was about, I was 13 when my grandma Rafa died, so I must have been about 12 or 11 when my grandpa died. And that's when Uncle Willie got a phone in by my grandma Rafa's house. We weren't living there yet.
Okay.
Then my grandma lived at the corner from us.
Okay.
And then we moved, and when my daddy took sick. And we moved in with my uncle and my aunt after my grandma and grandpa died.
Your Uncle Willie?
Uncle Willie on my daddy's side. Because I had Uncle Willie on my
What did your dad?
on my mother's side, I mean. I had Uncle Willie on my daddy's side.
Right.
But I moved in Uncle Willie on my mother's side.
Uncle Willie Raphael.
Yeah, Uncle Willie Raphael.
What did your
And
dad
then-
take sick with?
My daddy had a heart, and was paralyzed.
Stroke.
My daddy was crippled.
Hmm.
I don't ever remember, I can't go as far back to remember ever sitting down to eat at a table with my dad because my mother used to feed my dad before us
Hmm.
because he was crippled and he was paralyzed in the face.
Hmm.
And so she'd feed him, she'd sit with him first.
So, I mean, what was life like when you were a little girl? I mean, you went to school.
Well, it was nice. I mean, we had nice schools and we had good teachers and
Mm-hmm.
it was very, very nice. And when we had to walk to, when I was going to junior high, I'd go to school with this friend of mine, Ola, down Miana,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd go to junior high. But when we'd go to high school, my mother's three girls would go together. We walked to John McDonough, and
Okay.
we'd walk home in the evening. And of course, as they'd get out of school, we were old enough to go our own then, to go
Yeah.
to school. But we didn't have a car or anything like that to go
Yeah.
to school. We had to walk.
Okay.
And we had a very nice home. My mother did a lot of baking. Our house always smelled like sweet biscuits or pies or
Your mom was baking all the time?
all the time.
What kind of oven did she have?
Well, in my time, we had what you call, it was a stove,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a large stove, and it had 3 burners on it. I can see that stove yet. It was hard to clean though, and it had an oven attached to it, but it was kerosene,
Mm.
and I was afraid of because kerosene used to catch on fire fast.
Yeah.
Then we had a little kerosene heater, a little round heater to heat the bathroom. And if you weren't careful and you get out, you'd burn your tail on it. Believe me, you'd hit that thing. Auntie did it.
Mm.
And if it was too cold, and my mother would take she had a special.
You had to like put kerosene in it? I mean,
Huh?
you had to kept refilling it with kerosene?
Oh yeah. We'd go to the grocery, and Mr. Dilly would pull a wag and he'd put the big can. It was a can, big oil can,
Mm-hmm. What was his name?
a 5-gallon can,
Yeah.
and put it in the wagon, and I pull the wagon home.
Who would put it in the wagon?
He
Who?
put
Who?
Mr. Dilly.
Mr. Dillio,
He
okay.
was the grocery man.
He was the grocery man, okay.
Yeah. And then I used to like robes. I always did like a robe. And I put my little robe on and go to the grocery and I go to buy toilet paper and he string 6 rolls on a string and put it around my neck and send me home. I was little though, and
Yeah,
you go to the corner grocery, it was at the grocery was at the corner.
yeah.
Didn't have groceries like they did now. And they say to the grocery and you go buy the toilet paper, so he string it for you instead of putting it in a bag. I'd walk from the corner grocery to my house with the toilet paper hanging around my neck. And it was nice though. It was so nice. It really was. Everybody knew everybody, and my mother.
You had to wait for the coal man sometimes too? What was the coal for?
Huh?
You said you had to wait for the coal man?
Oh, well, my mother had a great fireplace with a great fire in it,
Okay.
and I get a ton of coal. And sometimes more than that you'd have to get. And in the backyard, they put like a boards and bottle it in like, and that's where they put the ton of coal, then empty it on the sidewalk.
Well, how would they get it on the sidewalk? I mean, would they have
Well,
a coal man?
a truck would bring it and
Okay.
unload it on the sidewalk. Cause they couldn't, we had alleyways to go through cause the houses were close together. And, we'd have to go in after school and my dad, this is when we were real little, we'd put all of this in a bucket and we'd carry them and empty it into the coal bin. And then we'd have to take a thing of coal and we put it by the fireplace and my mother would light a fire with the stone coal.
Okay.
And she used to have a wire thing you put around it so the kids, we wouldn't get in
Mhm.
near it. But we used to like to take the poker stick and put it in there and turn it red, you know?
Mhm.
She'd run the hell out of us, but we used to like to do it, yeah. And we thought it was fun doing that. But that's how, then eventually, not at that house, I don't believe we had
Well-
gas. We didn't have gas at that house. But
You also,
that
that was also the house that y'all had the
that's
Iceman
the house
deliver?
that caught on fire from lightning.
Oh, okay. But you also had the Iceman deliver ice to you there too?
We had a what?
Iceman?
Oh, yes, we had Joe Tranchina. Oh, yes, we had an ice man. It was a little ice box.
And they'd bring the ice to you, or you had to go get it?
No,
Or?
he'd bring it up, he'd put it in I was gonna say refrigerator, ice box for us.
Mhm.
You had to dig, either put a pan under there with a funnel to catch the water, or they'd dig bore a hole in the floor and put the funnel for the water to go into the house, cause the ice would drip out of the, I don't know if Joe Tranchina came, we had a milkman too.
How often did the Iceman come?
Iceman? I don't remember, see.
Just whenever you needed it, or?
No, I guess he had a regular route, I imagine.
Yeah.
Just like the milkman.
Yeah.
And he used to come, bring milk.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's just, I don't know how often he came. I have no idea.
Hmm.
But at one time we was getting so much milk you could almost take a bath in it. My mother used to believe in giving us a lot of milk. I don't know if it was good or bad or what.
Well, you're still here, so it must have done some good.
Yeah, did something.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of milk. But my mother used to, you know what else we had as a child I can remember too? We had not only an ice box, but we had one of those, what would you call it? Like a lid on an ice chest.
Okay.
But it was like where you put the ice in the food, and
Yeah.
they had a chain on it.
Okay.
And I was never allowed to go in it, but I was little, and I went in it, and the chain broke.
And you couldn't get out?
Yeah, and I still have this scar right here.
Hmm.
And it cut my finger, and it cut this finger from that lid falling on me.
You went inside of it, or?
I was little, I wasn't supposed to go there, but I did it.
Okay.
Just like Auntie and Aunt Boo wasn't supposed to go by the heater, that round heater that they had water on it to heat the kitchen, and they knocked it over.
How did y'all wash your clothes back then?
Your clothes?
Yeah.
We
you
had a
didn't-
black lady, Miss
Okay.
Murphy.
All right.
She used to wash it on a board.
I'll wash it on the board?
Miss Murphy.
Okay.
We called her Miss Murphy. And she had a daughter named Black Alice.
Okay.
She did the washing for us. It was kind of when she was cold. I mean,
She came by like once a week, or
once a week
once a week she'd come by?
she'd come over. Yeah, once a week. And I guess in between time, my mother
Yeah.
probably done some of it.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember that.
Yeah.
Until the first washing machine came out, which was a Maytag. My
Hmm.
mother got it. My mother bought a washing machine. But that was the roller type that your hand would go through if you wasn't careful.
Mm.
It would roll the clothes through.
Yeah.
Then, like I said, we moved from 1220 to 1222. And after that, my grandma and grandpa had died, and then Uncle Willie moved in the next half from us. And I don't know how long we stayed there until my dad really took sick. I mean, he was paralyzed then,
Yeah.
and he had to give up. My dad had worked in a registration office, but by trade he was a boilermaker.
Hmm.
But then he had to give it up and went in to live with and Uncle Willie. Which I said, my uncle was a great man. He was a fireman. He drove the little red chief in that little red car.
Yeah.
He didn't ride the fire trucks, but he drove the chief. And he had to get to the fires first.
Hmm.
And, well, to get ahead of myself, when I was 9 years old, I had an uncle named Vincent. I don't know, he died.
Raphael?
Uncle Vincent Raffle. I was 9 years old when he died.
Hmm.
That was the first time we had ever witnessed, the children ever witnessed anybody in the family dying, with my Uncle Vincent.
Yeah.
And my daddy's mother, Grandma Lynch, like I said, I don't know if my Grandpa Crais died or she divorced him. I don't know that. But I know she married, as we call Grandpa Lynch.
Yeah.
My mother didn't know him. He died before my mother married my dad. I think my dad was only 6 years old when my Grandma Lynch married my Grandpa Lynch. My daddy he was the youngest of, let me see, there must have been 5. I had an Uncle Willie on my daddy's side, had twin uncles, Uncle Nick and Uncle Wilts.
Oh, identical?
On my daddy's side, they were twins.
Identical twins?
Identical. Voices, you couldn't tell them apart.
Hmm.
They could play tricks on you. They used to play tricks on us, and I didn't.
You didn't know who was who?
No, I didn't know who was who. Didn't know who was who. Look, I never saw two people look so much alike in all my life till today. Their voices. And then he had one sister, named Florence. She was big and fat. She was obese.
Hmm.
And then my dad. My dad was the youngest. And my Grandma Lynch, when she took sick, said she was senile, but I'm assuming maybe the way things are today, maybe she had Alzheimer's disease. She was 75 years old when she died.
Hmm.
And they had said she was senile, but I don't quite remember too much about Grandma Lynch because I think I might have been about 7 when she died. But she lived with us. She stayed with us when she took sick.
Yeah.
Stayed by my mother. My mother took care of her. But I don't quite remember too much about Grandma Lynch other than she spoiled Auntie. Auntie, you know how it's done with you all, or with Auntie, she give Auntie whatever Auntie wanted.
Yeah.
And if Auntie would say she needed it, there's no reason why you shouldn't have it, and Auntie would get it. But my mother would always have to take and kind of split it up and give it to some to Aunt Moo, because Grandma Lynch didn't make over too many of us that I remember.
Yeah.
My Grandma Lynch was with Auntie, and my Grandma Raffle was with Uncle Bob.
Hmm.
My Grandma Raffle spoiled Uncle Bob.
Well, as
I
kids,
don't know, maybe it was because of the first boy or what, I don't know what that was.
as kids, y'all got along. Y'all didn't
Oh
fight.
yeah, we all got along. No, never remember my brothers or anybody fighting.
No.
Don't ever remember that. My 2 brothers got along beautiful. We got along. We had to. We didn't. My mother, she tells us we'd knock our heads in the wall if we didn't, you know.
And
Yeah.
you had your own bed, but you had to sleep in the room
I slept in the same room with my brothers.
with your 2 brothers.
And Aunt Moo and Uncle Stanley, Aunt Moo and Auntie slept together.
And then in
Oh,
separate
like
room.
odd. No. It was a room. It was kind of a big room. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Aunt Moo and Auntie in that bed over there, and I had like a little single bed.
Okay.
But we all got along. And, I mean, I can remember as a child, my mother saying, "Got to put all the clothes away because Santa Claus is gonna put the soot on all of it, everything from the fireplace. And she used to make a big deal over that, my mom.
Y'all made a big deal over Christmas? Y'all decorated the house?
My mother stopped lighting the Christmas tree, which I don't ever remember her lighting it. But she did, I believe, when Auntie was born. It was a Christmas tree that had some kind of clamps that you clamp on a tree and put the candle in it. But she was afraid of fire,
Yeah.
because those trees would catch on fire.
Yeah, you
So
did try.
I think she did it for Auntie, but as we grew older, she didn't put that on a tree. Yeah, we had a little tree.
But y'all,
And we had special Easter baskets. The
Okay.
same Easter basket every year. Aunt Moo and Auntie had one about this, so big, and I can see the little basket yet. And we always had like a sugar rabbit in the middle, and mine was a little small.
Hmm.
And same basket though, with the little sugar rabbit in the middle.
Hmm.
And then for one Christmas, I can remember we were all going to church, and my mother bought the three of us velvet dresses. And mine was, I think one was blue, one was wine, and one was brown.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was mine that was brown, but I remember they had like embroidered flowers on it, pretty little dresses. We all had to go to church dressed like that. That was our church, for Christmas, our Christmas dresses. And my mom, she kept us nice. She
Yeah.
did. She kept us very nice.
y'all used to play games?
Oh yeah.
What
We
kind of
used
games
to
y'all
kick
play?
the stick.
Would
Kick
y'all
the stick.
kick the stick?
Of course, we played jacks a lot
Yeah.
and played. I used to make kites for my brothers.
Used to make them?
Oh yeah, make kites for my brothers, and we go outside and hoist a kite.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to play. We call them Chinese then, but they call them marbles, I believe now. You draw a circle and you hit the marbles out of the circle. You do all that with my brothers.
Okay.
I skated too.
Didn't
We
you
used to
didn't you used to like play elevator too?
Oh yes.
How'd you
One
play
of the
elevator?
houses, the toilet had the tank on top.
Uh-huh.
The tank was on top.
Okay.
And I think they're putting some out like that today. And the bathroom was like at the end of the house.
Okay.
So we were playing. So one was an elevator operator. Flush the toilet. Going up. Water at that time was real cheap too, so we
Yeah.
could play. And then we'd open the door and get in and flush the toilet. Going down. Then you open the door and get out. Yeah, we used to play. We played all kind of games. And my mother used to like to play in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
She loved her garden.
Now she take care of the garden?
Oh yeah, my mother loved to play in the yard. That's how your mother must like it. My mother loved her garden.
Hmm.
She loved to bake. She loved to cook. She could sew.
Could she?
Sew very well. And do you know, the only one out of the three girls, Aunt Boo was the only one who could crochet.
Hmm.
I tried embroidery. It used to aggravate me. I could do it, but I didn't get too far.
You didn't like it, yeah.
No. I started a spread and I wanted to give it to my mother. I started pet a point and threw that out.
Hmm.
No, we weren't as handy as what my mother was.
Yeah.
We all could cook, but I don't think we were cooks like my mother. My mother could take flour and make a cake with nothing.
Hmm.
No, she liked playing in her garden. My grandma Mayerhafer used to wear starch outfits with white stockings.
What did your grandma Raphael look like?
Auntie resembled her. I wish I had a picture to show you my grandma. Every one of her sisters, which was my grandma Raphael I think she had two brothers, which I didn't know. And she had my Aunt John, she had my Aunt Cora, my Aunt Satit, my Aunt Mom, and my grandma's name was Alice, but they used to call her Laura. And did I say my Aunt Cora?
Yeah.
I think there were 5 or 6 girls with 2 boys. Like I said, I didn't know the boys, and I didn't know one of her. I didn't know Aunt Cora.
Hmm.
But my grandma Raphael, she was a good cook too. Very good cook. but she used to, and they used to wear chemise under the I don't know what, well, they don't dress like today. I mean, she was always dressed up. Now, my grandma Lynch was always dressed in silks and satins.
Was she?
Yeah, with all jewelry.
Mm.
Always dressed up in silks and satins. But I think my grandpa Lynch dressed, nice with the big house and all. I may have some pictures, I'm not sure. But I did have a picture of Grandma Lynch, but now with a great big feathered hat.
Hmm.
And, well, that's about it. I mean, and my Uncle Willie and my Nan.
When you moved to Uncle Willie, he took care of y'all?
Oh, yeah. Uncle Willie took care of us. We ate, but I mean, he was very good to us. Very good.
He was a fireman, right?
And very, very good to us.
He was always a fireman?
Huh?
He was always a fireman?
My dad?
No,
No,
Uncle
his
Willie.
dad was. Uncle Willie's dad was.
Uncle Willie's dad was a fireman as well?
My grandpa Raffle was a fireman.
Fireman.
And Uncle Willie was a fireman.
Right.
I had an Uncle Willie on my daddy's side
Right.
that was a fireman.
Okay.
You remember the picture you sent me of Uncle Willie Crais?
That was
As
Uncle.
a
That was
fireman.
Willie Cray.
Yeah,
Okay.
Willie Crais. Then he went into the oil business.
Okay.
And then my Uncle Wilson Baton Rouge was with the Standard Oil.
Okay.
My Uncle Nick that lived on Brooksell Street, he was in real estate. And of course Aunt Florence, she was a housewife.
Okay.
So,
But y'all moved in with Uncle Willie and
well then, we moved from, as we grew older, we moved from St. Anthony Street to McShane, which was across from 16 School. And that's where we all got married from.
McShane Place?
All of us. Everyone at the father. Auntie married as a bride. Aunt Boo married as a bride. I married as the bride. Uncle Bob didn't because of Aunt Zelda being married before, but I stood for Aunt Zelda in her first wedding. She was my girlfriend.
Okay.
And Catholics, then you couldn't
You couldn't do that.
do that.
Yeah.
And Uncle Stanley, his wife married as a bride. We all had nice weddings. We all had big weddings. Not what you call,
Yeah, nice
average big. But well, everybody,
What was the house of McShane like?
that was a nice house. That was a house built like an L.
Now, is that where you lived with Uncle Willie, or is that afterwards?
Huh?
Is that where you lived with Uncle Willie Raphael, or was that afterwards?
No, that's what Uncle Willie Raffle.
Okay.
So, the house was like an L. And if you go in the front door, there was a hall. And then to the side was the living room. And then, of course, the bedrooms went back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it made the turn, and each one of those bedrooms opened up on a side porch.
Hmm.
It was a lovely house. Opened up on a side porch. And as it made the turn, that back room, there was the bathroom. Then the next room was a small room, that was my room.
Okay.
That's where I stayed. And then was the kitchen. But
What was your room like?
my room was a little single bed, and with a little table for me for a dressing table, because it
Mhm.
wasn't large enough, it
How
was
did-
small.
How did you have it fixed up?
Little single white iron bed.
White iron bed?
Little single bed.
Okay.
And Auntie and Aunt Boo, they had the other room, and my mother and Dad had that room, and then Uncle Willie, and then Uncle Willie had different rooms,
Yeah. What about the boys?
Huh?
Stanley and Craig. Stanley and
They shared
Bob.
a bedroom. Their bed was in the same room, I believe, with Auntie and Aunt Moo.
Hmm.
It was double beds. They had double beds. They slept together. Them. I'm the one that was the middle one,
Yeah.
But they had this. They shared. And by that time, Auntie had gotten married, and Aunt Moo had gotten married. So then it left them in the room by themselves.
Okay. Well, tell them how did they meet their husbands? Do you know?
Auntie met Uncle Bill, but he came over from England.
He was from England.
Yeah. When he first came over, she met him at a crawfish or crab party. They had gone to some kind of crawfish crab party, seafood party,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how she met him.
Okay.
And of course, Aunt Moo and Uncle Leonard, they went to school too, but he lived on Clayman Street, and we lived on St. Anthony Street.
Now,
And that's how she met. Yeah, they went.
I know Aunt Moo graduated from high school, right?
Had what?
Aunt Moo graduated from high school, right? Did you all graduate? Everybody?
Auntie, we all went to, Aunt Moo graduated, and Uncle Bob graduated. But Uncle Stanley, Auntie, and I, we had nobody to help us.
Right.
To get us our graduation things.
Yeah.
And we went till the end, and then we dropped out. Because we couldn't buy, we didn't have the money.
Yeah. Because
And,
because I remember seeing that picture of Aunt Moo graduating.
Yeah, Aunt Moo did, Uncle.
You had a picture in the paper.
Auntie went to work and helped them, you see.
Okay.
And then by that time, Auntie had got married and she had kids, and nobody had helped the rest of us.
Okay.
That was a hard part for us too. That part was hard, but there was nothing we could do.
Now by that time you had already met your husband, right?
Oh, I know your grandpa.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I know your grandpa all my life. He lived 2 blocks from me.
Where did he live?
On St. Anthony
On
Street.
St. Anthony too?
He lived in a little bungalow, double house, 2 shotgun.
You don't remember his address, huh?
No, I don't.
Okay.
If I was in the 1200, he might have been in the 1400 block.
Okay.
No, I don't remember. He was on the opposite side of the street. I was on this side of the street.
Do you remember his phone number? Did he have a phone?
I don't think he had a phone. He used to call me at Mr. Dillio's phone at that time.
Okay. But you all had a phone?
No, I didn't get a phone till after we moved in with Uncle Willie.
Oh, okay, okay.
When my grandpa died, you see, Uncle Willie got a phone.
Okay.
Franklin 7337.
Okay.
Uncle Willie got the phone then.
Uncle Willie got it, okay, okay.
And then when your grandpa wanted to call me on the phone, it was funny. Mr. Dillio would come and send one of the kids to get me. And his grandpa would go to the drugstore at the corner of his house, because phones were nickel.
Yeah.
And he'd call me up at Dillio's grocery. And I'd go there and answer the phone. They'd call me to the phone. And I know you did, like I said, he was a year older than me.
Okay.
When I was going to John McDonough, he was going to Warren Easton. And he had the same problem. When he went to Warren Easton, his daddy was blind. He was hard of hearing. And he had nobody to help him. So he went to the end too, but didn't get the certificate.
Okay. What about his mom?
His mom and dad were quite old when they had him, I think. He had 2 sisters. His brother was 13 years and 6 months older than him.
Wow.
And they had 2 girls older than him, and I think like Feeny might have been about 22, and Edna might have been about 20 years old when your grandpa was born. They were quite older than him. And they were like the way I was told, they were old enough to be his mother. So I don't know.
Okay.
And he was the last one. But when he would go to Warren Easton, and I go to John McDonough. He'd get his study period, the last period. He called on John McDonough to meet me. My mama said she sent me to school a meeting to meet your grandpa, and it always come with some kind of candy or something from him, little, you know, young. And of course, I didn't need it. I'd bring it home to my nan, and she liked it because boy, she was a sweet eater. Yeah, she liked it. And he'd walk home with me from John McDonough.
Okay.
And we'd walk from John McDonough to my house. But he didn't stay there at the time. My daddy would ran the hell out of him, you know.
Yeah.
But anyhow, we were sweet on one another from the very beginning, from little. And they said it wouldn't last, but it did.
Yeah.
And it grew stronger and stronger. Like we told you, I mean.
When did he get in the police force? When did he say he wanted to do that?
He always wanted to be a policeman.
Did he do anything else before being a policeman?
He worked as a with some electric company. I can't think right now. Oh, I can't think of it.
Okay.
Electric company he worked with.
Okay.
And I always wanted to be a policeman. As a little boy, he used to play cops and robbers, you know? And they had chicken coops in the yard. And he put, what was his name? Vic Payton to jail. So he put Vic Payton to jail. He put him in a chicken coop. But he forgot he put Vic Payton in jail. And he went off to play. And then Vic Payton's in a chicken coop screaming. Until they had to come and look all over the neighborhood for your grandpa. They forgot he put Payton in jail. So from little he wanted to be a policeman. Always wanted to be a policeman. So in those days, as he grew older, you had to be, I believe, over 20, 21, something like that. Now I believe they take you like 18 or whatever, voting age. But it was always political.
Yeah.
And you had to vote and all that humbug. And so he wanted to be a policeman and he couldn't get anywhere living on St. Anthony Street, so he went and lived with his sister in Edna.
Okay.
In Gentilly.
Where was that?
On Claremont Drive.
Claremont?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Claremont Drive. 2 blocks off of Gentilly Boulevard.
Okay.
And Cy Hickey put him on the force when he lived there.
He was
It was political.
He was 21 when he got on?
Police department, huh?
He was 21 when he got on?
No, he was 25, I believe, when he got
Okay.
on. And that was in March. And he came in and he told me, that's when he decided he wanted to get married. And I didn't want to get married right then and there. I wanted to wait until the following year, you know. But I told my mother told me, she said, Cher, he's waited long enough. I mean, he was 26, I was 25. She said, he wants to get married. He wants to, make a home. So I said, we decided September the 21st.
Okay.
Now, his mother's anniversary was September the 22nd. And we were going to do it on his mother's anniversary, but he wanted to get married on a Sunday. And the 21st was the Sunday. So I got married at 12 o'clock Mass at Our Lady of the Sacred Heart.
And where was that?
That's the one they burned.
Where was it though? Where was the
St.
church?
Bernard. I believe a block from that Claiborne Circle.
Okay.
But it burned. Burned down. Well, I had christened your mother there too, though.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay, so it didn't burn down till years later.
It burned down after she.
Yeah, years later.
I don't know when it burned down, but it burned.
Who stood in your wedding?
Who stood my wedding?
Yeah.
Aunt Moo.
Mm-hmm.
Auntie couldn't stand because she was pregnant with Janet.
Yeah.
Aunt Zelda. Armine, which was your grandpa's niece, and Gloria, which was your grandpa's niece, and 2 girls I worked with at the telephone company.
Okay.
They stood in the wedding. And the boys were Uncle Bob. Of course, Uncle Willie gave me up.
Yeah.
Uncle Stan. Anthony Kelsey, which was a friend of Uncle Stanley's. Louis Lane, which was a friend of your grandpa's. And some other, I forgot his name though, was a friend of Uncle Stanley.
Okay.
And Uncle Stanley had worked with, Uncle Stanley was doing, what do you call that work? Where you put the thing on your face and welding work.
Weldon. Okay.
Yeah. And he stood.
Okay. Who married you? It was a priest?
I can't remember the priest's
Was it some
name.
priest? Okay.
A priest, but I forgot his name.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. would be on my license. I
Yeah,
know.
but okay, not somebody you knew. Well,
No priest that I knew.
not some
Just the
close
priest that was in the church.
church. Okay.
No. I had motorcycle cops and all the police and all of that. Of course, he'd been a policeman, you know.
Yeah.
They had the works. Then I had,
Did y'all take any time, like for a honeymoon or anything? Did y'all take any time?
it was a hurricane.
The hurricane?
And Uncle Bob had loaned us his car because we didn't have a car.
What kind of car was it?
Oh my Lord, I don't really know, but it was a little car. I don't know
Okay.
what kind of car that was. And we got up the highway and things were going underwater and all, so we really couldn't get out of the city.
Mm,
And my mother was worried.
I'm sure.
And so we stopped at one of the I forgot the name of the motel even. Forgot.
Where was it?
Down the highway. I don't know how far out we got.
Which highway?
Well, I guess, I don't know if it's it wouldn't be the I-10. It
I-10.
had to be
No.
going towards Biloxi and those places.
Oh, okay.
Would you take then? I forgot.
I don't know.
Would it have been the chef highway to get out of town?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Highway, Chef Mature going into Highway 90.
Chef Manchur too?
Going into Highway 90.
Going in the Highway 90.
That's the only way, you know. But it was a storm. I was scared.
Mm.
You know, September.
So you just, yeah. So
You know,
what, next day y'all just went home?
we didn't stay too long. I went to go with my mother.
Hmm.
I wanted to get back. I wanted to be with my mother.
Okay. Well, we got to stop for a second because I got to change the tape.
Yeah.
I have a question on it.
Huh?
How could Auntie have been pregnant with Janet?
Must have been Cat Billy.
Yeah, it had to be. It couldn't have been Janet because Janet's 4 years older than you.
Must have been Billy then. Huh?
When she was
She
pregnant.
couldn't stand because she was pregnant.
Okay, but I don't think it was Janet.
Well, it had to be with Billy then. One of them.
Okay.
I don't know. What's that on the floor? Right